Greetings, geeks, and welcome to another edition of Comic Card Crazy. We are back this time around in conjunction with our episode of Super Cinema. That is our exclusive Patreon-only podcast where we talk about comic book-related movies. And this month, our patrons voted on Spider-Man 2. That's right, got my VHS copy right here. And so as a part of that, we decided, why don't we open up 2 packs of Spider-Man 2 trading cards? That's right. So these are from 2004. They're by Upper Deck. This should be interesting to get into just to see what the trading card, space was like during these movie releases in that era, because kind of the heyday of trading cards had passed. But yeah, a great film. Definitely celebrated in its time. So if you want to get our thoughts on that movie, then you definitely want to sign up for Patreon at patreon.com/wizardscomics. We'll talk a little bit about that more after this, but hey, let's get into it. Okay, so here we are with our pack of Spider-Man 2 trading cards by Upper Deck from 2004. As you can see here, only 5 cards per pack, but they generally are a premium offering when it comes to Upper Deck. They're giving us the promotion of the fact that you can find amazing lenticular motion and real piece of the action cards. I can understand what a lenticular card would be. I don't know about this real piece of the action, though. Is that one of those things where it's like a piece of the costume? Or is it like an actual, piece of the film? Maybe they just cut something out of the strip of film? I don't know. So we'll find out. On the back, the only thing of interest is to tell you that there are 2 real piece of the action cards, 1 in 24, and then their amazing lenticular motion cards are 1 in 4, but there are 70 regular cards overall. But yeah, your odds aren't great when you're only getting 5, but either way, let's see what bit of the action is inside here. This is definitely a film I was looking forward to in a big way, seeing it in theaters. Ooh, already we can see there's a little bit of Doc Ock there, so why don't we start there with Dr. Otto Octavius. Ooh, so here he is reconstructing his machine. This is pretty neat here. Let's see what they tell us about this moment. Spidey, sizing up his foe, knows what a tough battle lies ahead of him. This mad genius knows his back is to the wall and will fight to the death. Doc Ock won't hesitate to use his powerful robotic limbs to tear the life from the web crawler. Alright, so yes, getting close to the climax there. Here he is again, a little close-up on Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. Is this the one where they're talking about... Oh yes, this is him talking to Harry about that if he brings him Spider-Man, then he will get his precious tritium. Alright, fair enough. Let's see what else we got here. We're getting a lot of Doc Ock. Where's Spider-Man? Alright, card number 3 here is the surgery of Dr. Otto Octavius. Of course, we know that this ends not well for the surgical team, that's for sure. Okay, what's next here? Oh, well, there's Peter at least, looking very serious here, very determined to Tobey Maguire. The rebirth, let's see what it tells us about this. Peter's mind is made up and his path is clear. He must again take up the role that fate has destined for him, a role that is difficult and demanding, but absolutely vital. He resolves to dig his costume out of the closet and once again become the Amazing Spider-Man. Except that that's not what happens, right? Because he has to go steal it from J. Jonah Jameson's office. He threw it in a trash can in that homage to Spider-Man No More. Oh, and we had a close-up of Peter. Now we have another close-up of Otto Octavius. Of course, this looks like right after he woke up from the surgery and all the carnage, as it says here. He sees the carnage visited on the operating room as recent events come flooding back to him. He is horrified and quickly flees the hospital. Yeah, so, alright, let's see if we get more Spider-Man in our next pack here. A double shot of these trading cards for Comic Card Crazy. Alright, let's see. There's a lot of shots at the actors and not a lot of shots of Spider-Man action. Like, speaking of acting, here's Mary Jane in her play. So there we go. And then there's her co-star, who I know best from Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, as part of that double feature that he did. But, yep, so there is The Importance of Being Earnest, I believe, is the play they were in. Ooh, but there's Doc Ock with his arms on display for the first time as ill-fated experiment. I really thought the design of these arms was amazing. Like, they did a great job where it was like a little bit of CG, but then a lot of it was just puppeted arms too for a lot of the close-ups. So that's cool. His inhibitor chip that goes awry. Okay, well, we have Peter being a hero out of costume during the period where he wasn't sure that he wanted to be Spider-Man anymore with that fire at the apartment building. And here we have J. Jonah Jameson with Peter, not interested at all his artsy-fartsy photographs. He only wants Spider-Man so he can villainize him on the front page of the Daily Bugle. All right, last card here. I think we sort of get a little bit of Spider-Man right there. That's as much Spider-Man as we're going to get out of these cards. Big Apple dreads Spider Bite. But I'm trying to think, what scene is this from? You know, if you look at this here, I'm like, is there a bottle of Jack Daniels or something on the desk? Let's read this here real quick. Thirst for revenge, Harry is alone with his thoughts in his luxury apartment, and his thoughts are only of his father's killer, Spider-Man. A host of newspaper clippings are spread out before him. Oh, wow. So this must have just been like kind of a pan across the set. That's kind of neat to get a still of something like that, at least. Just that, you know, a little bit of set dressing. All right, well, there we go. Let's close this thing out. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed in the fact that we got no Spider-Man cards in 2 packs of Spider-Man 2 movie trading cards. It really seemed to be all about the supporting characters and a little bit of Peter. I mean, if I have to pick a favorite card, it is probably this one, just because it was unexpected to get that close a look at kind of some background, you know, set design stuff. So that was kind of neat. But otherwise, I mean, I don't understand. It seems like that they would, you know, make it in their programming for how they're organizing the cards and collating them or whatever, that you'd get at least one Spider-Man card, and no lenticular, none of that. But that's the luck of the draw when you're dealing with trading cards. Speaking of which, so if you want to see if we have any better luck, on Patreon, our patrons are getting an exclusive video where we're opening up 2 more packs of Spider-Man 2 movie trading cards that they can see, you know, exclusively on Patreon, just like our full discussion of the movie itself. So patreon.com/Wizards Comics, in addition to getting an episode of Super Cinema each month that our patrons get to vote on which of several options we give them they would like to hear us talk about, you also get PDF scans of the issues that we talk about on our main episodes. We also have a lot of exclusive stuff that we just dropped to Patreon just for fun. Plus, all the episodes come out early and uncut, so they get a full discussion that also includes usually, you know, 5 to 10 minutes at least of extra conversation. And a lot of it is exclusive just for Patreon, giving them a heads up as to what's to come on the podcast. And there are some exciting developments coming soon. So once again, patreon.com/Wizards Comics, available to all who want to become official geeks. We got people joining every week. Why don't you consider it as well? But in the meantime, stay in touch with us on social media at Wizards Comics, or find us here on YouTube. You found us once. Why don't you subscribe so you get all the future videos to come? But hey, until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.